The Holocaust. Few moments in history carry more emotion.
Never before had they faced a group of persecutors who wanted to physically exterminate them.
Within the tragedy, can we find more?
There's a way to look for hope in the destruction.
Even in that environment, people felt they had to create.
They used what they had to make something beautiful and outrageous.
Like for the hour, we were not in Terezin, we were back home.
When an artist and a composer create a legacy of hope,
out of this despair comes this beautiful idea and this beautiful passion for creativity.
lessons from the Holocaust are taught across time.
In what better way can we represent their voice than through art and music?
Kind of like Eminem, you know how he writes songs about his life?
I was thinking a lot about, well, freedom for one thing.
A new generation is inspired by voices from the past.
They may very well see bullying or anti-Semitism or racism.
I am telling you a story that is a warning.
Evil exists in this world. What are you going to do about it?
It was her turn to go. It was hard to know what to pack. How many times the suitcase was filled just to be emptied again. 110 pounds, that was the limit.
Well, what do you, even if you could take that much, what would you take with you?
You have a suitcase, you have 2 hours. What do you put in the suitcase? I think it's a great question.
They had already taken so much from her. Her home, her work, so many of her friends. Finally, she closed her bag, her decision made.
Whatever you bring in, this is basically your worldly possessions. You brought your world with you.
The last 2 miles had to be walked. Even the train didn't go that far. It was December 17th, 1942. Friedel Dicker Brandeis was 44 years old when she first saw the Jewish ghetto, Terezin. She was greeted by soldiers with guns, thousands of people lining the streets, and total confusion. Mark Ludwig is a viola player for the Boston Symphony and the Hawthorne Quartet. He has been visiting Terezin for over 20 years.
I went initially as a musician. It was pretty early on. It's the history that really grabbed me as well.
As the creator of the Terezin Music Foundation, his life's work is to share the artistic voices from the Holocaust.
My love of history is, it's an exploration of how human beings deal with circumstances, good and bad. It's the human condition.
As an artist, Friedel Dicker Brandeis had worked with children before. She knew Terezin would be a frightening place for them. So, in her luggage, Friedel packed paint, brushes, paper, and books. Not for herself, but for the children.
That shows that as you think about clothing and food, the basic items of physical survival, you realize that these people are also equating on that same level that I need sustenance of the soul.
Surrounded by the walls of Terezin, Friedel opened her suitcase. And in secret, the children began to create.
Friedel, we called her Friedel. everything was forgotten for a couple of hours. We forgot all the troubles we had.